Mr. Big Man wants to get richer, while the poor man slave and suffer. But that can't work. To be poor is a crime. Man, I feel know that in this your time. Welcome back to the Steady Show. Thanks for liking and subscribing. You know, say, may I look on this thing here? In a 2019, everybody remember man like Kevin O'Brien Chang when the man they are writing at the Observer. The man they used to write some mad article. This is not the first time I actually pull up an article for him. Him basically I make we know say long and short is we know say politician control Garrison long time. Garrison and politician coming like rice and peas. When Andrew came on board in this very article, O'Brien Chang talk about the fact that in a 2011, him call upon Portia to say, hey, Portia, make a walk through certain garrisons as an initial step to dismantle this whole thing. And Portia's reply was, listen, there is no such thing as garrison, and enough of them people are decent, hard-working people. As somebody who came from the garrison, Portia did well for herself. Big up herself, Portia. The first woman Prime Minister, big up herself. Portia did well for herself. But just like many people in the PNP, there is this obligation towards the people them on the ground. Like a Unofe, I put pot on them fire every evening. The other day, me hear Portia say it. Oh, she sent people through to college and university. Some people say a PNP make me know good life, my big TV in my house and all that. So everybody knows that go on already. But it hurts these people in the long run, and it hurts Jamaica. That's why when election time come round, certain areas just win out by one party. Stronghold business, 85 to 90% of the votes, they go to that. So, I'm not talk this a part of the video, I know for people who live in those areas and are familiar. We're talking about the rest of Jamaica who afraid for go to Kingston. Hey, when we a little boy, you know, two things they tell you afraid, you know. For go to Kingston, you know, and when they come out to politics time, you have afraid. And it originated out of that. Remember the elections in the 1980? Elections used to be a bloody thing. Politicians and dons are, you know, them are power. Everybody know the stories already. We've seen the funerals. We see politicians at the funerals. When you read in a newspaper, you see where activists is a part of this, that, and the third. Me never really come from a place where no don wasn't a part of my community that we me living, and not that many rich, cause just like many people we grow poor, but like many hard-working Jamaicans, we work with self up. Very, very humble beginnings, you know. But we work with self up. Many Jamaicans come from humble beginnings and we work with self up. It no matter which part, which other parish you're there in a Jamaica. That's just the Jamaican life. So me never can understand. Me reason with enough youths who come from garrisons and they talk about the life. And everybody know that based on the music and how people live, the ghetto life, the garrison life is glorified. Because the garrison has always been connected to the powers that be in the country. Andrew Holness tried to get rid of this thing one time. So Portia's response was no. In 2016 again, Andrew said, make we show the people them say, hey, we want something different. Portia them decline. The PNP decline. Many people went silent as if trying to take these people out of the garrisons, to dismantle the garrisons, to set up ways and means to make people productive in the country, as if it's going to hurt them. It not hurt nobody. It's the mentality that these people have, wanting freeness from the government. The PNP, for the most part, have been the main perpetrators. And I'm so glad that in 2016, the people them decide to vote them out. In 2020, the people them decide to vote them out. And in 2024, the people them must vote them out. You hear that Freddie there when we play for no? To be poor is a crime. We don't have no in common with Mark Golding, you know. Remember, say Mark Golding not turned Prime Minister yet. And Mark Golding is already standing beside royalty. Mark Golding come from the slave masters them. And thank God we have a good Prime Minister that was born and bred and know the ways of the people. A servant leader in the man Andrew Holness, who is doing so much Wanna see the other day a Grand Gala, wanna see anytime him touch the road and whatever. Jamaica love the youth. The man is relatable. The other day we see him buy the peanut from the man and you can see the respect. The other day me I looking at Grand Gala, and when me look, me see the whole heap of dark-skinned people, them, regular common Jamaicans, I enjoy the local occasion there, And I said to wifey, me say, see a few people them there. We just want our people them to get opportunity. I've said in a previous video, that rich people, they don't have any intention for poor people to step up and to make it. A similar thing is happening in America right now. But we look at some similarities. You used to hear how DT, him a businessman, him rich already, him no want no money. Anybody hear those words before? Don't make my money already. You don't hear that already. That's what Trump came and say. Him making money already. Him rich. Him just want to help the country. But we have seen what that has culminated into. Mark Golden is worse in my book, and let me tell you why. Because we already see Mark Golden hand through FinSac. Them scheme come together. DBG was doing work that FinSac was doing too. That's what people need to understand. Their intervention was in government work that their brokerage firm had no business in. But that's how they shook down Jamaica. And the worst part of it was that it was the black entrepreneurs that them shake down. They managed to shake down the financial sector, 44,000 businesses. And that's the reason why we're not going to stop talking about it, So when you hear people come here and talk about SSL, illicit 6, illicit 8, prime minister's assets cannot be certified, it's not his job to certify anything, It's the job of the Integrity Commission to allow the Integrity Commission to do their job. Do not get distracted about this thing, because here at the end of the day, when PNP in the office, we see what happened. Crime high, the economy is bad. Worst kind of marriage you could ever think about. Now we have a prime minister, and we see that productive Jamaicans can now get jobs. The other day, we noticed in the paper they're talking about brain drain. We're going to have brain drain. Young people nowadays with this Instagram, TikTok, it's a new world. People want to live a foreign. We have to just deal with that. That's not a reflection on the government. Yes, we know that schools need resources and all other things. They need those things. But here we are. When Andrew started out, Andrew took over from an administration that was in office for 18 years, built no schools or hospitals, and did nothing for the country. So how much you expect this man can do? He has done a lot. We are now on track. So may I say, do not listen to the hypocrisy. So then we hear I talk about a crime problem in the country. Before, we never had the resources to fight crime. But the crime is reducing. We've had a history of these things. So we just say, the PNP say out of the garrison them, we have enough crime producers, the Dons. We've heard their stories. No matter where we live in Jamaica, we know the names of famous Dons. All in now and then, you hear them get pick up. Say Andrew administration, I take up enough of them off of the street. So the PNP, they've never had any interest, any real interest in showing these people a better way of life. They just use them as political pawns. The rest of Jamaica need to understand that we have to take up this responsibility. I'm going to quote what a young lady said to me the other day again in my comment section. She said, listen, we need to get the police, the nurse, the teacher, the government workers, the middle class, all of the productive, hardworking Jamaicans need to be at the polls. We cannot have people just comfortable going to work and not participating in the election process, because it hurts Jamaica. I mean, I don't want to take no chance, because listen, we know enough people willing to sell out them votes. So we have to say to the people, especially now that Beryl blew the other day, enough people get affected. Unfortunately, we're hearing a lot of stories. JPS is a problem. And we are here to PNP in some areas to ensure that if areas where they know say it's a JLP stronghold, they're working with contractors to make sure say light no turn on in many of these areas. And the first time I hear it, me say, can anything go so? But when you think about it, when you think about the kind of things they have done, false polls, whole heap of propaganda, all kind of things, is something to look into. Whoever runs those areas, make sure say on the top of things. Nobody is supposed to go without electricity for so long. But again, when you deal with a PNP who sell out the entire Jamaica, this is the kind of problem that we run into. They call upon Portia, walk with me. Portia said nothing to name the garrison. Never wanted to do it. In 2016, the same thing again. So everybody who's had their chance to come in and say, make we dismantle the garrisons, them stay where them no want to do it. And we know that activists are always getting their handouts. So in an economy that's doing better, we know what's going to happen. Yesterday, Mr. Vegas put up a thing, and Vegas to talk about the fact that even the very athletes, them mark and congratulate the ones who do well, and I put PNP under their name because all he sees is pawns. Them a politicize the artist who just left prison the other day. See him try to politicize the thing there with Beanie and Bunty. I saw them money and move. If we have a party that only look out for one set of people, then Jamaica, we have to be wise. It's a rough thing, Andrew went through the pandemic. Enough people did mad because of state of emergency and all those things. All the things that them set up for help to curtail some of the issues in the country, especially during certain times. They fight against it, but they have no better solutions. Since you don't know, say, certain strongholds gonna always go on. There's just certain people, watch one of the see them coming out in a constituency with them sweet talk and them promises, Don't allow these guys to go back into office or else goose gonna cook. The world economy was doing great in the 90s. A lot of black people owned their businesses. 44,000 businesses went down. They targeted the poor Jamaicans. I ran it to it. Who joined the PNP eventually. He was the one who said that FinSac was the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich since slavery. And everybody knows slavery was the worst thing that could happen to our people. Don't make the picnic at the slave master come back and fooling up and tricking up. Don't allow garrison politics to take over Jamaica. Make sure go out and vote. We can hold Andrew accountable to doing things even in areas that have been PNP strongholds for a long time. We can hold them accountable to fix what needs to be fixed. But you cannot put a party in office who's been in office more than the JLP and they've created nothing but destruction. I hope to see a lot of the stuff change, but this garrison politics thing, it may not go change. But the responsible Jamaicans, you have to go out there and have to vote in numbers to make sure, say, this administration remains in office and will fix what needs to be fixed. But we can't allow Marky British for going to office. This man means Jamaica no good. When this man I got even renounce his UK citizenship, even if he's going to do it in the first place, don't make people trick on up, vote for the right party. Jamaica is moving forward. Let's keep moving forward. In our partnership, and when the partnership is going good and life is better, you get up and you decide, say, you want change. The other day, I said, changing a politician is not like changing your clothes. It has serious consequences. Keep the PNP out of office. Keep Andrew Holness in office. And let us see the furtherance of the developments that is going on with the Jamaican economy right now. Go in the comments and make me know what you think about any part of what I say a while ago. This is the steady saying. Like, share, and subscribe. Steady.